What's up, Jags fans? Here we are, ready to go on a Tuesday night. Now, we started a little bit later than usual, but I would say it's a little bit outside of my control. I had some people over at the house, so, we postponed the show a few minutes, but it's our annual chat drafts, the Jags mock draft. So, I'm going to need y'all's help tonight. I'm not making any picks tonight. I'm going directly to you guys. We're going to go through a full 7-round mock draft. Like, look, we got it queued up, ready to go. We got a full 7-round mock draft. We're ready to go. So I need you guys in here in the chat because I'm taking essentially how we've done this in the past and how I plan on doing it tonight is whatever name I see the most in the chat is who we draft. And here's the best part for me. I always like at the end when they give us our analysis of the draft, they always give you like a letter grade. We don't care about the letter grade because what does PFF know? PFF knows nothing. But I put it on Twitter, and I'm like, hey, what do y'all think? And we always get a lot of feedback on Twitter about the chat, the Jags United chat mock draft. And so you guys are kind of representing me. So I need you guys to lock in a little bit here tonight because whatever this ends up being produced, your picks kind of reflects me. So I need you guys to lock in, put on like the big boy helmets, right? Like think beyond your emotions, if I could just ask that, because this reflects me. Regardless of how it turns out, I'm defending y'all because this is a fan show. Get in the chat. Let me know everything, all things Jags. Before we jump into it, we're going to jump right into it. Like, we're jumping right, like, I'm going to read the first comment, the second comment, and then we're jumping right into it. So, but before that, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell because there's some nights when we start this show, I don't know, 42 minutes late. In the event that happens, you got to have the notifications on. That way you know. But we always do shows Tuesday nights. We do shows most Friday nights. And then sometimes we throw in some shows all the other time. And these are long format shows. So these aren't little quick hit videos. These are long format shows where we talk about the Jags and only the Jags for a long time. So make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you have the notification bell on. The Twitter and the Instagram are also right there below the screen here. So make sure you follow all of those things because tonight's going to be fun. I'm not kidding. This is like my favorite show of the year. And like I was wondering when we were going to do this and tonight just felt right. And if you followed my Twitter and Instagram, you would have gotten the notification about 7 hours ago. This is what we were doing tonight. So make sure you're doing that. Cam Boysvert is not only the first one in the chat, the first channel member in the chat. And he says, hell yeah, trade up for one of the big three. Cam brings up a good point. Trading up is definitely an option. Trading down is definitely an option. The problem is when you go through these simulators like we're going to use through PFF, when you click on like available trades, it gets a little muddy. Like you could do really anything you want to do. It's like if you were playing Madden, right? You could kind of manipulate it any way you want. So we could do that, but it's more fun if we just pick chalk where our picks are at. So we could trade up for one of the guys. And if that's what you want to do, let me know in the chat, and that's fine. But for the sake of this show, we are going to just pick chalk where our picks are at. And again, it's only for the sole purpose of like, I like to post it on Twitter and see what people think of our picks. So it's a lot of fun. So that dude Evan says, today we are Trent Baalke. I love it. Kyle Simmons says, we here. There's a bunch of people in the chat. So here's how it's going to work. Okay, and again, I need a little bit of chat cooperation here. I'm going to get to our pick. I'm going to show all the available players, like who's there. And I did a couple simulations to see who would be there. And every time I did it was like different, which I like because that kind of puts us in the shoes of an NFL GM because none of us know how the draft is going to fall. There could be a run on tackles. There could be a run on quarterbacks, which there probably will be. There could be a run on wide receivers. There could be a run on corners. So you kind of have to pick with who you have to pick. You know what I mean? Like who's there, who's available. So just get ready. Like, again, we're GMs tonight. We are all GMs tonight. And like, I'm going to be looking for names. So put the name in. I'm going to scroll through the chat, and whoever has the most names in the chat is who we're picking. That's who we're picking. And then that's who our team is, all right? So buckle up, because this is not going to be for the faint of heart. If you're someone who likes to lurk and not comment, sit back and enjoy the show. But if I could maybe convince you to get involved tonight, because we do need your input. We need your input on who you want to pick there. If you're someone who watches it on VOD, and VOD is like the replay of the show after the fact, which actually most people watch because this show's kind of late, sit back and enjoy. Sit back and enjoy, and let me know in the comments if what we did is what you would do. So does everyone understand the concept? Like, pretty simple concept, like, right? Like, I'm not a guy that likes to be super complicated. So that's what we're going to do here with the draft. So without further ado, let's jump right into the draft. And I think this is big enough. I'm actually going to hide. I'm going to hide the chat for a second just so y'all can see. But I promise you, I'm not going to rip off anything. I'm not picking who I would pick. I don't think anyone cares who I would pick. I don't care who I would pick. I would rather hear what y'all want to pick. So here we go. We're going a full 7-round drafts here. Okay, the speed's going to be turbo. That way we don't have to wait. The PFF versus the public PFF board, we're going public. Here's why this is important. Because everyone that's done this draft is kind of drafted for what they want for their team. So although it does skew it a bit, I think it's actually more accurate than just like the PFF grades. So that's why we do it there. Care for positional value. I like where it's at right here because I think most GMs actually draft for best player available. We know Trent Baalke does. So I think right here is actually pretty good. Draft needs, I think over here at 75% is actually pretty accurate from what teams do. And then randomness, pretty close to less. Okay, so this will be probably as accurate as it gets. And again, we've done this for years. So I feel like this is dialed in for the most accurate as the NFL draft goes in real life, right? So we're going to pick the Jags here at 17, if we can just find them. Okay, down here. All right, we're going to enter the draft. So buckle up, get ready. Put on your glasses if you're one of those blind people that can't see. If you're watching it on your phone, zoom in, whatever you got to do, because we need your input here. All right, here we go. We're entering the draft. We're going to start the draft. All right, and here we are. All right, so we are on the clock. So we have to look at who's been picked before we look at who's available. Okay, so the Seahawks before us picked J.C. Latham. The Colts picked Brian Thomas Jr. And there's a lot of Brian Thomas Jr. fans out there. He's gone. The Saints picked Troy Fatuanu. The Penn State picked a tackle, so we had a run of tackles here. Oregon State picked Talise Fuaga. Terrion Arnold is gone. Sorry to tell you guys that. Terrion Arnold got picked by 11 by Minnesota. Brock Bowers went 10th. Dallas Turner went 9. Marvin Harrison Jr. went 7. And then we had Malik Neighbors. I know you guys like a Neighbors. I know you like a Dunze. So we had 4 quarterbacks picked in the top 6. Okay, so that puts us at 17. So here's who we have available, right? And maybe I'll move this up just a bit so y'all can see. All right, so again, we have rank and we have average draft position. This may be important for some people. Again, I'm getting your input here. So the highest ranked player in the average draft position, ranked 8, Jazir Newton from Illinois D-line. Cooper DeJean, ranked 9, right here. Quinyon Mitchell is still available at rank 10, 15th average draft position. Latu, the edge from UCLA, is still available. Byron Murphy is still available. Jared Verse is still available. Nate Wiggins is still available. Amarius Mims is still available. Kool-Aid McKinstry, Jackson Powers Johnson, Graham Barton. So Adonai Mitchell, I know a lot of you guys like A.D. Mitchell. He's still available. So we have Ladd McConkey, which is still there. Bo Nix, for those of you that want a quarterback, are still there as well. So this is it. I'm going to go back through this slowly because I want you guys. Matthew McCray says trade. We cannot trade. Okay, we can't trade. I'm going to put the chat back up just so y'all know I'm being genuine with you guys. We can't trade. We're not trading. we're doing chalk draft, no trades. You have to pick here. All right. So I'm going back through them again, and I'm gonna tally up the comments here. Jerzon Newton, D-line, Illinois. Best available by PFF. Average draft position, only 22, though. Cooper DeJean, cornerback out of Iowa, ranked 921. Quinyon Mitchell, who I know we all like, out of Toledo, is still there. Latu, Byron Murphy, D-line, Texas. Jared Verse, edge, Florida State. Nate Wiggins, cornerback out of Clemson. Amarius Mims, Kool-Aid McKinstry, Jackson Powers Johnson, Graham Burton, who's a tackle. A.D. Mitchell is down here as well. So those are your choices there. Those are your choices. So I'm going to let the comment kind of come in a bit. While we let the comments come in, I'll read some of these comments here. We have Cam wants to trade up, which I think trading up would be great. But again, I don't know if that's something that we can really do here, to be honest. We have, let's trade for Bowers. Bowers is gone, Kevin. We're going all chalk. Callie Jack says probably go Arnold or BTJ. Let's see what happens. Mr. Dolphin donated $5 through Super Chat, and he said Kool-Aid McKinstry. Now, I am... Sea Breacher donated $5 through Super Chat, and he said Quinyon Mitchell. Okay, now, I don't want to overlook, that's the word. I don't want to overlook the fact that I appreciate the Super Chats. I really do. Like, Super Chats are amazing. They help the channel. Everything that goes into this channel goes back into the channel. I promise you I don't make any money off of this. I do this all for fun. You guys all know that, okay? Just in the spirit of honesty. What I pay for Adobe, I have all the Adobes. What I pay for the podcast hosting site, what I pay for all of that typically breaks even. So I don't want to like overlook the fact that like this helps me break even. But what it won't do tonight is help your vote. So I love the Super Chats. Please keep them coming. I love them. I need them. But for the sake of voting, we're going straight through the chat. So I love that we have a Kool-Aid McKinstry. We have a Quinyon Mitchell. And that's fine. And we're going to keep that there. Matthew McCray says, got to put up an A-plus draft. And I'm going to give you guys a few minutes here because some of you may be thinking, like, who's best available. And then I'm gonna go through who's available one more time for the late joiners. And then I'm going to calculate the votes. I'm going to make a pick here. Okay? So we have Jezerion Newton, D-line out of Illinois. Cooper DeJean, which I haven't seen, cornerback out of Iowa. Quinyon Mitchell, cornerback out of Toledo. Latu, edge out of UCLA. Byron Murphy, D-line out of Texas. Jared Verse, edge out of Florida State. Nate Wiggins, corner out of Clemson. Amarius Mims, tackle out of Georgia. Kool-Aid McKinstry, corner of Alabama. Jackson Powers Johnson, guard/tackle/center out of Oregon. Graham Burton, tackle out of Duke. Tyler Nubin, safety out of Minnesota. Peyton Wilson, linebacker out of NC State. Tyler Goyton, tackle out of Oklahoma. A.D. Mitchell out of Texas, and wide receiver Ladd McConkey out of Georgia. That's who we have to pick right here. All right, so I'm going to take a look here. I see the trade-ups. Rome is big. Haven't seen him in the past 8 mocks. I do. We should trade for Rome. We're not trading. I know the comments come in late. But we're not trading. We just can't. We can't for the sake of this. We would never get anything done. If we trade back to wide receiver and cornerback, what are we like? We're not trading back for this show. What was the purpose of drafting Brenton Strange? He barely got any opportunities last year. Good question, but we got to make a pick here. A.D. Mitchell. Quinyon Mitchell. Johnny Newton. Quinyon Mitchell. Trade Quinyon. Got to take Latu. Trade Verse or I'm going Verse or Latu. No trades. A.D. Mitchell is the guy I'm standing on the table for. Trade A.D. Mitchell. Wide receiver class is deep. I like Mitchell. If Ronald Darby is starting, I see us getting a corner at 17. We need help the player there. I was just throwing some for entertainment. Dolphin, that's fine. That's fine. Kool-Aid, Latu or Mitchell. I like McKinstry, might be a reach. 80 is the wide receiver with alpha potential. Okay, so based off your chat comments here, it's 80 Mitchell. That's the pick. So unless a flurry comes in, what's up, Raiden? What's up, Pokey? Unless a flurry comes in with someone else. So if all of you that were on someone else, here's who we're between now. I'm Trent Baalke. I'm on the phone with all of our scouts. It's come down to 80 Mitchell and Quinyon Mitchell. So if you were one of those people that was not one of those two, you need to come in now with who we want to pick, because it's between right now Quinyon Mitchell and 80 Mitchell. Seabridge has put up a poll. I don't even know how to do that. There's probably a way, and I promise I'll be better if we do that in the future. But as of now, I don't know how to do that. So we're between 80 and Quinyon. I'm seeing a couple Quinyon. I'm seeing a lot of Quinyons coming in. Let me make sure these weren't the same people that said Quinyon before, though. Okay, these weren't the same people. All right, so we're between right now Quinyon and AD. Get in right now. It's Quinyon or AD. This is our first round pick. This is our first round pick, boys. Like, we have to hit on this. If we're Trent Baalke, this is the only pick that we hit on. So you got to come in now with Quinyon or AD. Those are our two picks. Do we go the corner from Toledo? Maybe we'll take a look here at what they're doing here. Quinyon Mitchell is the highest ranked through PFF. 91 overall grade. 781 defensive snaps. 1 INT, which you don't love to see. But the passer ratings against him were pretty good. 51 passer rating, 34.78, 2021. I guess we won't count. Let's take a look at AD Mitchell, who is lower, but again, this is the NFL draft, so you can't worry about what PFF says here. 11 touchdowns in 2023. I mean, this is as close as I've ever seen on this show. This is okay. We got 1 Quinyon, 2 Quinyon, 3, 4, 5 Quinyon, 5 Quinyon. And let's count the ADs. 180, 280, 380, 480, 580, 680, 780. 80 Mitchell's the pick here, boys. And again, I'm just going off of the stats here. So this is as close as I've seen it ever, to be honest. And again, I'm not doing this off of my own pick. This is off of the chat. You sure don't need a running back. 80 is the pick. Based off the chat, Adonai Mitchell is the pack. Guy says he's okay with being the lone guy with JPJ. The good news about JPJ is he might be there in the second round. But he might not be, but he might be. So I'm sorry to all the Quinyon people. Cam, I know you're thinking it was the same person spamming it, but it wasn't. I made a concerted effort to make sure that it wasn't the same people doing it. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, but we have to take AD Mitchell. That's who we pick. If you're and listen, this was as pretty close to 50-50 split as I've ever seen, but we have to move on. We have to move on. If you're a draft scout that was in that position and you wanted Quinyon Mitchell and we took AD, you got to move on to the next pick. And that's what we're doing. Who would I would have picked? I would have picked AD Mitchell over Quinyon Mitchell. I would have, just because I don't think defense is as valuable as offenses. And because they were so close, I get a little worried about small school guys. So I know. I know. Hey, you don't get mad at me. I counted the picks. Don't get mad at me. Okay? If you're one of these people that feels upset about the first round pick, get in here on the second round pick and make sure that we pick this correctly. Okay? All right? And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. All right. Moving this up here. Second round pick. We have safety Tyler Nubin, linebacker Peyton Wilson, center Zach Frazier, corner Mike Sanristil, D-line Brandon Fisk, quarterback Michael Penix Jr., safety Javon Bullard, wide receiver Ricky Pearsall Jr., edge rusher Addisa Isaac, tight end Jatavion Sanders. We took a wide receiver, so I'll skip that. Edge Jonan Ellis, D-line Rook Orahoro, halfback Jonathan Brooks, tackle Kieran Amagabahi. These names are insane to pronounce. This is wild. Edge rusher Marshawn Keelan. Let's scroll down if there's anyone of like notoriety here. Tavondre Sweat, I think a lot of people are into. Blake Fisher, Johnny Wilson, if you want to double up a wide receiver. That's who we have here. First round, we get 10 minutes. Got to go linebacker for Trent Baalke. Fisk. Okay, I'm seeing a Fisk here. Seeing a Fisk. Fisk. Another Fisk. The Gator fan in me wants Ricky Pearsall, but we just drafted A.D. Mitchell. So the right thing to do probably isn't to draft him, only because of who we drafted already. I'll scroll through these again slowly for you guys to take a look at. Bro, this is hard now. Could get Rice in the third. Let's go Fisk. Jenkins. Sanders City's athleticism, I think, makes him a good pick here. Big Nubins is solid. Fisk again. I'm seeing a lot of Fisks here. Okay, so right now Fisk is the leader. So if you're someone that's not Fisk, you need to get on board with everyone else and figure out what we're going to do here if you're against Fisk, because this is who we have. We have Tyler Nubin at safety, Peyton Willis, linebacker, NC State, Zach Frazier, center at West Virginia, Mike Sanristil at cornerback, Michigan. We still have a cornerback. Keep that in mind. Braden Fisk, a D-line at Florida State. We need a D-lineman. Michael Penix Jr., obviously not taking a quarterback. Javon Bullard, Pearsall. If you guys want to go double wide receiver, listen, I'll draft it. Addisa Isaac, Jatavion Sanders, Jermaine Burton, Jonah Ellis, Rook Orahoro, Kieran Amagabaji. I'm sorry, guys. Here's what we have here. All right, let's see here. All right, you better come in strong here. So we have a lot of Fisks here. Frazier is the best player available. I actually think we should go center. Zach Frazier is what we got. A couple of Zach Fraziers coming in. All right, so now we're between. This is what we're between, boys. We're between Zach Frazier, center at West Virginia, and Brandon Fisk, D-line at Florida State. That's what we've come down to. We're down between those two. So you got to tell me right now, is it Fisk or is it Frazier? Those are our two picks right now. It's a D lineman, it's a safety, a center. That's where we're at right now. This is round 2, boys. We got to hit on this. I'm seeing a lot of Zach Fraziers. Okay, there's some Fisks there from McCray. Frazier, Dolphin changed. Is the chat changing over to? Let's take a look here. Let's at least look at his profile here. Where's he at? Zach Frazier, 74 grade in 2023, 80 grade in 2022, 77 grade in 2021. He played in every game all 3 years. A lot of snaps. You love to see that. Didn't play a lot of high-level competition here. I mean, best teams he played were Oklahoma, didn't play great. TCU played okay. Penn State didn't play great. What's up, Joey Duval? Let's take a look at Brandon Fisk's PFF. A 74 grade in 2023, 87 grade in 2022. That's really good. Played in every game. Again, we love the healthy players. Snaps by alignment, a lot of over the B gap. So he would be that 3 technique. So basically he would be kind of like the Arik Armstead fill-in guy. I mean, that's where Armstead's playing, is that 3 technique, which is fine. Take a look at his games. Played great against Louisville. Good against Clemson, LSU, and Pitt, which you love to see. I mean, this strength of schedule is just way better. But this isn't me. All right, so we need Fisk or we need Frazier. I'm going to go through the chat here. I'm going to give you guys about 1 more minute here. Sandra still has got a couple votes since you wasted our first. I didn't waste it, Q Revere. I counted the votes. I didn't wait. It wasn't me. We got to fix it by taking a center round 2. Down goes Frazier. Frazier struggled against good D linemen. You need to pick his end sound. I know. That would have been good. Between those two, get day 1 impact from Fisk. Frazier, Fisk. Frazier, Fisk, Frazier, Frazier. All right, I'm going to count them up here. Fisk has got 1. I'm going to go from the top here. 1 Fisk, 2 Fisks, 3 Fisks, 4 Fisks, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 Fisks. All right, let's count the Fraziers. And again, I'm looking at the names, so I'm not counting the same person more than once. Okay, so spamming it's not going to help. You get 1 vote. You get 1 vote. We had 7 Fisks. All right, let's count the Fraziers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And Fisk just got a couple more votes. So it's Fisk. Fisk is the pick. Fisk is the pick, boys. I'm sorry. 2 just came in. It puts at 9 at Fisk's. I'm sorry. Again, I'm not the one that's picking these picks. Don't get mad at me. I just need your votes. If you're unhappy, I'm sorry. This is the chat. This is the chat. Brandon Fisk, welcome to the Jaguars. All right, here we are now. Pick 96. 8. I know 8 Fisks and then 2 more came in, so it was at 10. Fisk won that one. Fisk won that one. All right, so here we are at 96. Listen, if you're a scout and you wanted Quinyon Mitchell and you wanted Frazier and Balky didn't pick it, you can't quit. You have to be like, all right, here's my 3rd round selection. So don't give up here. We're good. We are good here. Don't worry at all. We're fine. I think with Mitch Morse, I kind of made a lot of people just kind of like okay with like the pick, which is fine with me. I feel like we'll hopefully have Mitch Morse for a couple years. So we'll see. All right, round 3. We have taken a wide receiver in the 1st round. We've taken a D lineman in the 2nd round. We need to hit here. We need to hit here. All right. Here's who's available. We're ignoring the quarterback. Renardo Green, cornerback, Florida State. Brendan Rice, South Carolina wide receiver. Dominic Puny, tackle out of Kansas. Dadrion Taylor Demerson, safety out of Texas Tech. Marist Liafu, linebacker, Notre Dame. Sion Vaki, safety, Utah. Ray Davis, halfback, Kentucky. Eric All, tight end, Iowa. Michael Hall Jr., D-line, Ohio State. Marshawn Lloyd, halfback USC. Bo Limmer, center Arkansas. Jacob Cowing, wide receiver Arizona. DJ James, cornerback Auburn. Dwayne Carter, like that name. D-line Duke. Matt Goncalves, tackle Pittsburgh. We don't need any of that. Chris Abrams, Drain, Missouri. Just to scroll down to see any kind of names of mention. Cam Hart, cornerback Notre Dame. Leonard Taylor III, D-line out of Miami. I know. We're into the thick of things here, boys. We're in the thick of things. Mr. Dolphin says he doesn't hate it at all. He also goes on to say he wants Renardo Green. 2 Florida State players back-to-back. Matthew McRae says Fisk's combine was elite. Aiden Tobin says, still rather trust a vet center, a position most good ones go early. Told you could have been Rice in the third. Come on, fellas. Brennan Rice. We still can take Brennan Rice. Cali Jag. We still can take Cali. We can still take Brennan Rice. Like, you can never have too many good wide receivers. BT says Green. Volkfang says that's why I'm a big Bortoloni stan. He can sit for a year or two behind Morse. He has outstanding athleticism. Mr. October gives the perplexed look. Q Revere donates $2 and says, what's next? A punter round 3? Gene Balky? Trent Smith? Q Revere, don't get mad, okay? Sometimes in life, you're going to be working with people who make decisions that aren't what you align with. You can't give up, okay? You can't give up. You have to, I'm a big person. I talk about this all the time on the show. You have to take ownership, right? So if your team doesn't do what you want them to do, you have to adjust your leadership style. So what can you do to get the people in the chat to be on your side? That's the question you need to ask yourself. If you find yourself saying, I have a problem with them, or they aren't doing what I want them to do, take a second and be like, what can I do better? And now maybe this situation, nothing you can do. But what you can do is you can knock the next 5 picks out of the park. Okay? So let's go. Appreciate the $2, Q Revere. Let's get this going the right way. Q Revere says Green. C. Reader says DJ James is a way better prospect than Green. DJ James is from Auburn, who has great PFF scores, played in every game. 2 interceptions, 1 interception, 2 interceptions. 15th, or tied for 11th in forced incompletions. Only had good games against Arkansas, Vanderbilt, and Samford, which I think that is. Cam says Puny. Dominic Puny, Texas, tackle out of Texas. Cooper Beebe. Did I say Cooper Beebe? I mean, he could just be way down here, which is fine. If he's too far down here, we could probably get him in the next round. Is the only guard out of Kansas State. Okay. FSU supremacy. Did my boy Corley go? It appears he's not available. So that would be a yes. By this point, Balky is drafting special teams. Okay. Finest, Puny. I don't remember like DJ James's size. All right, so I think based off the comments, I know they've been DJ James. So I know they've kind of been all over the place, and it's the 3rd round. So that makes sense. But basically, get into the comments now and tell me. These are the 3. I'm going to go 3 here. The 3 that are up for picks are Renardo Green. Where's the Auburn corner? Did I skip him? Renardo Green. DJ James, and Dominic Puny. Timmy Devil says, United's looking real bulky, Junior. It's not me. It's not me, Timmy. I'm literally counting the votes in the chat. Renardo Green, Dominic Puny, or DJ James. Those are your three picks. The scouts have come back. They've said the three. We've looked at all the film. We've interviewed them. We've talked to their high school coaches, their ex-girlfriends, and it's come down to those three. So we got to know: is it going to be Florida State corner Renardo Green? Is it going to be Kansas tackle Dominic Puny, or is it going to be Auburn cornerback DJ James? That's it. I'm gonna give you guys one more minute. We're already 40 minutes in, and we're only on the third round pick. You got one more minute. One more minute. Get into the chat. There's a little delay, but 1 minute is it? Wait, what's it? The ex-girlfriend thing is like when they interview prospects, they interview everybody. They interview high school coaches. They interview like janitors, science teachers, ex-girlfriends, because they want to know everything about these people. So that was the joke. It wasn't funny. I'm sorry. I'm not a funny guy. I've never claimed to be a comedian ever in my life. I wish I was funnier. It might help me in my personal life if I could tell more jokes. I don't know. Those are your three picks. You got about 30 more seconds. BT says, who's the kicker? All right, we're counting votes. First vote is going to be for who I think is going to win, Renardo Green. Let's see here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, next one's for Dominic Puny. 1, 2, 3. Puny's out. Last one is for the Auburn corner, DJ James. And we have 1, 2, 3. All right, it's Renardo Green. Back-to-back Florida State picks. Who would have thought that I was doing this? Welcome to the team, Renardo Green. All right, so now we have a wide receiver, we have a D lineman, we have a corner. We're on the clock at pick 114, round 4. All right, so here we are. We still have needs at O-line. We still have needs at probably safety. Probably still have needs at wide receiver. Edge. Who's left in round 4? Sione Vaki, safety, Utah. Bo Limmer, center, Arkansas. Matt Goncalves, tackle, Pittsburgh. Xavier Thomas, edge, Clemson. Tyron Tracy, halfback out of Purdue. Cade Stover, tight end out of Ohio State. Audric Estime, halfback out of Notre Dame. Jarvis Brownlee Jr., cornerback out of Louisville. Tyke Smith, safety out of Georgia. Trevor Keegan, guard out of Michigan. Leonard Taylor III, D-line out of Miami. Ionis Smith, wide receiver at Texas A&M. Elijah Jones, corner out of Boston College. Cooper Beebe, still there, guard out of Kansas State. Justin Agobi, edge out of Alabama. Malik Washington. I'll just scroll down here, and I can't read all these. McKinley Jackson's a big name. Jordan Travis there you go. Florida State. We could go 3 Florida State players back to back to back. Will Shipley. I know you guys like his brother. I'm just going to keep scrolling down just so y'all can see. Although these guys will probably be there in the second round, if I had to guess. Or the next round, if I had to guess. Iowa punter. This exercise exceeded the limits of my college football knowledge long ago. Join the club, bro. Join the club. Missouri kick. We're not taking a kicker or a punter. We're not. We're not doing it. I bet this year we get no tight ends or linebackers first 5 picks. Gonzalez can play guard and tackle. We need an unathletic middle linebacker. Thomas, Keegan, Beebe. Going Goncalves would be and Beebe back-to-back here would be nice. Allen, Cooper Beebe. I hear Xavier Thomas' ex-girlfriend had nothing but good things to say. Gonzalez, okay. Win have 116 pick also. So we have, good point. Callie Jag brings up a good point. We are picking again in 2 more picks after this. So keep that in mind. BB. Any offensive lineman that can play guard. Matt or Allen. Thomas. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of Goncalves. I'm seeing a lot of Xavier Thomas. And I'm seeing a lot of Cooper Beebe. Not before we get a weak center. All right, so for the sake of speed, we're going to boil this down to 3. So get in here and tell me which of these 3 are we picking. Matt Goncalves, tight end out of Pittsburgh. Tackle out of Pittsburgh. Trevor Keegan, guard out of Michigan. Or Cooper Beebe, guard out of Kansas State. Those are our 3 picks. Get in here. You got to tell me which one of those 3. Goncalves out of Pittsburgh. Keegan out of Michigan. Or Beebe out of Kansas State. Why not both? Good question, Q Revere. But we got to pick one here at 114. So, look, this is a reflection of y'all. Now, am I going to have to take a little bit of this on my reputation? Yes, I am. But I trust you all. But I need you guys to pick the right pick here. Okay? I need you guys to pick the right pick here. So it's kind of coming down to what seems like Gonzalez and Cooper Beebe. Okay, I'm going to give you guys about 1 more minute. If you want to look at this, we want to look at the PFF grades. 72 for Gonzalez in 2023, 72 again in 2022. So you kind of know what you're getting out of him. He only played 3 games last year. Don't love that. Don't love that. He had a season-ending torn ACL. Don't love that, boys. But we know Balky does. Let's take a look at Cooper Beebe. 83, 80, 85. I mean, this one kind of seems pretty obvious to me here. We're getting some Thomas. We're getting some Thomas love here. Okay, listen, I'll pivot. We're getting some Thomas love here. We're getting some Xavier Thomas love here. 74, he's an edge out of Clemson. 74, because you could probably get Beebe at the next pick. You probably could. Just keep that in mind. 74, 78, 73. Didn't play any games in 2022, but played most of the season in 2023 and 2021. Had a great game against Kentucky in the bowl game. Definitely an edge rusher for sure. So we've now changed it. It's now gone from Xavier Thomas and Cooper Beebe. Okay, so I'm gonna give it 1 more minute because I want to do you guys justice. It's Cooper Beebe, guard out of Kansas State, or it's Xavier Thomas, edge rusher out of Clemson. This is it. This is y'all's draft. I'm gonna check my texts here. Well, I'll give y'all 30 more seconds. I have a frog on my Ring camera. Frog, y'all want to see this? while y'all are picking. Watch this. Y'all see that frog on my ring camera? Y'all seeing that? Isn't that wild? Absolutely wild. Just chilling there. All right, let's count the votes up. All right, we're going to go up here. Thomas, then BB. That's a Thomas vote. Standing on BB. Okay, so we're counting Thomas's first. 1 Thomas, 2 Thomas, 3 Thomas, 4 Thomas, 5 Thomas, 6 Thomas, 7 Thomas, 8 Thomas, 9 Thomas, 10 Thomas, 11 Thomas. Frog at 116. Okay, we have 11 Thomas. All right, let's check. Let's count the Cooper BBs. 1 BB, 2 BB, 3 BB, 4 BB, 5 BB, 6 BB, 6 BB. Xavier Thomas wins. Welcome to the team, Xavier Thomas. All right, here we are with the pick of Bo Limmer, which gives us Cooper BB available. I don't think we need a lot of time on this pick. I feel like because so many people wanted BB on the last pick, this seems like a no-brainer. But I want to be fair because there was like 10 people that said Thomas, so I'll let those 10 people say if they want BB or not. And we're going to do this one quick. You got like literally a minute for this one. Vacky's still available from Utah. Goncalves is still available from Pittsburgh. We're going to go positions of need here. Jarvis Brownlee Jr. from Louisville. Tyke Smith from Georgia. Trevor Keegan from Michigan. Leonard Taylor from Miami. Another wide receiver, Aeneas Smith from Texas A&M. Elijah Jones from Boston College. Cooper Beebe from Kansas State. Justin Agobi, edge. We just took one. Malik Washington, Kamal Hayden, Christian Jones, Texas. I'll just scroll down here so y'all can see. Jordan Travis is still there. Will Shipley's still there. Okay, so that's what you got. So, again, we got 1 minute. You got 1 minute. You got 1 minute here because like it's the same people available. I feel like it's coming down to Goncalves and BB. Some people wanted Trevor Keegan. That's fine. Leonard Taylor was popular like on the radio for some reason. BB. Oh, share screen. Jesus, I'm a rookie. Can't. Okay. I'm sorry. The frog on my ring camera got me a little preoccupied. So y'all can see. Okay, so here they are. Vacky, Goncalves, Tyron Tracy, Cade Stover. No, you don't know these guys. Brownlee Jr., Tyke Smith, Trevor Keegan, Leonard Taylor, Elijah Jones, Cooper Beebe, Justin Abogibi, Cam Hayden, Christian Jones. Here's everyone else here. Is it BB? You got 30 seconds here. We got to move on past round 4. Is it BB? The only other person that people have said is Trevor Keegan. I've heard Leonard Taylor the third. There's BB. If you want another wide receiver, Malik Washington. BB. It's BB. BB Gunn. I like that one, Rod Jeeves. I like that one. All right, Cooper BB, welcome to the Jaguars. All right, here we are in round 5. Okay, so can we look at who we've picked? We've taken a wide receiver. We've taken a corner. We've taken a offensive lineman. We've taken another offensive lineman. We've taken a D lineman. All right. So now here we are in round 5. The round that Trent Baalke is known for hitting on. That was a joke, by the way. Tyron Tracy, Purdue. We've taken a couple guards. Kamal Haddon from Tennessee. Edge rusher, Nelson Cesar. Austin Reed's a Jacksonville guy, I think. Tyler Davis from Clemson. Taj Washington. Dallin Hooker. J.D. Bertrand, linebacker Notre Dame. We know we had a linebacker late, I know. Bo Brady. Isaiah Williams. Joe Milton. Wow. Malik Mustafa, safety out of Wake Forest. Dylan Lobb, halfback out of New Hampshire. Drake Nugent, center out of Michigan. Javon Foster, James Williams. Dylan Johnson, Walter Rouse, Miles Murphy. Jaheim Bell is actually going to be a monster, but we cannot take 3 Florida State players. Can you look at who you've picked? Is there a way to look at who you've picked? No. So we just have to remember, I guess. Let's see. So we've taken a guard, an edge rusher, a corner, a D lineman, and a wide receiver. Linebacker in honor of Baalke, literally any random linebacker. I mean, I feel like we still have a need at center. We still have another need, I think, at wide receiver. I think we have a need at safety. I think a running back, honestly. So, Tracy, Keegan, Haddon, Cesar, Davis, Washington, Holker, Bertrand, Brady, Isaiah Williams, Milton. I know we're down to like the nitty gritty where it doesn't really matter, so we won't go too long here. It's Carlton Johnson on the board. No. Unless it's spelled differently. Center, Keegan. I'd like to see a redraft Taven Bryan. We've taken wide receiver, D-line, corner, edge, and guard. Frank Gore Jr. at running back. Okay, so his average draft position is 209. He is still there. And we're picking at 153. So he might be there at the next pick. He might not be. CMC's brother, Luke McCaffrey, 182. He is coming on this draft. Luke McCaffrey, wide receiver out of Rice. I am kind of intrigued by that. I'm not going to lie. Trevor Keegan at guard. Don't we owe it to Frank to draft his son? All right, I'm giving you guys 30 seconds. We're in round 5, and we're almost an hour in. You pick one of these. Pick one from. We have Christian McCaffrey's brother. We have Frank Gore's brother. We have Trevor Keegan. If I can make a recommendation, I like Tyler Davis a lot. I like Isaiah Williams a lot out of Illinois. Those would be my recommendations right there. Christian McCaffrey's brother. Should we just take Christian McCaffrey? I'm not trying to convince you guys. So we're Keegan. We're McCaffrey's brother. We're Frank Gore's kid. Keegan, center or Keegan. All right, you got about 20 more seconds, and Keegan's about to win this. You could better make a case right now if you don't want Keegan. I'm seeing McCaffrey's brother. I like that pick. I'm not going to lie. I do like the McCaffrey pick. Reach for McCaffrey. I'm all right. So we're between McCaffrey or Keegan. Get in right now. I'm telling you, we're right. We got about. I'll give it 30 more seconds. And again, I don't want to be impatient with you all, but we're reaching the. No one's gonna watch this long, so we gotta finish this up. Luke McCaffrey. I think we can wait for Luke McCaffrey. I need some McCaffeine tonight. McCaffrey. Look, listen. McCaffrey's kind of winning right here. You know what? Screw it. I've seen about 7 Luke McCaffreys. We're going Luke McCaffrey. All right, round 6. We got. I think we got 2. Let's see how many more picks we got. We got 1. We got 2 more picks. We got 1 more pick. This is our last pick. This is our last pick, boys. No, we have 2 more picks. We have 2 more picks. 2 more picks. Frank Gore Jr. is still there. I already know y'all are going to want Frank Gore Jr. I already know you guys are going to want Frank Gore Jr. Yeah. Oh, we got some Driscoll. We got some Driscoll fans? We got some Bortoli? Okay, so it's between Driscoll, Gore, and Bortoli. Get in the freaking chat right now. It's either Driscoll, Gore, or Bortolini. I actually don't hate the Bortolini pick right here, to be honest. I'm going to let y'all vote. I'm not even going to go through all the prospects. You have Driscoll, you have Gore, and you have Bortolini. Bortolini. Are we going Bortolini here? I feel like that's the right pick, but I'm letting y'all pick this. Listen, you guys know just as much about football as I do. So if you guys were to come in here and talk about Ethan Driscoll from Marshall or Frank Gore Jr. from Southern Miss, we're not taking a kicker, Evan. Okay, can I? Oh, yeah, sure I can. All right, here's the differences. Oh, overall grade 67, 63, 58. I will hide the chat here for a second so y'all can see this. Terrible competition. Golly, these PFF grades are pathetic to look at. Left tackle, though, through and through. And played a lot, every snap both those years. Let's look at Bortolini. He has gotten worse every year, which is not great with those PFF grades. At least a higher level of competition, at least. Played guard in 2022, which is nice. Has that versatility. I mean, to me, this one's pretty obvious. I'm seeing a lot of Bortolinis. I'm sorry, guys. If you're a Driscoll guy, and then we're taking Bortolini. All right, last pick. 7th round pick. Trey Taylor, safety out of Air Force. C.J. Hansen, Holy Cross. Curtis Jacobs, Penn State. Donovan Jennings. Zakari. I'm just going to scroll through these. Y'all pick one. I can't read all these names. Carter Bradley. I coached Carter Bradley in high school. That's Gus Bradley's kid. What are the chances? He was at Toledo. I guess he transferred. So I hope he gets drafted. That's awesome. And I didn't realize he was even like a potential to be drafted this year. Good for Carter. Let's take a look. In honor of Gus Bradley, former Jags head coach. This is his kid, by the way. What are the chances? Okay. Interesting. Okay. Ended the season pretty well. Okay. All right. What is this? 3 out of his last 6 were pretty good. Come on. Give him that. 30th in completion percentage. That's not terrible. Only threw 7.9 yards per attempt. Okay. Let's see the analysis. Oh, there is none. Trends aren't good either. 6'3", I don't think he's 6'3", but he unless he grew a lot this year. Take Bradley. How funny would that be though if we did take him? We're not, but just like that would be funny. Get on the All right, so who are we picking here? Like literally, if you can get like a few, on, wow, if you can get a few here, Rasheen Ali, are y'all doing Rasheen Ali? Sheridan out of Monmouth. Can we take a safety, please? Kenny Logan, a kicker. All right, let's see who's left here with kicker. Looking for the next kicker. I don't know if there's a way to sort. I don't know if there is. I don't know. I'm not seeing a kicker. Page 2. I'm not seeing a kicker here, boys. Oh, Will Reichard from Alabama. United roasting his former players. All right, unless you guys want Will Reichard, we're not taking a kicker. All right, what do we have here? Taylor, take a shot. Trey Taylor out of Air Force. I like those servicemen. I missed a kicker. Of course I did. Oh, we can sort by position. Imagine that. Harrison Mevis, Missouri, who was one rank before. Allie. All right. You guys got to tell me right now. We're the last pick right now. We're at kicker, Will Reichard, Harrison Mevis, best available player, Trey Taylor, Zachary Franklin, Rasheen Ali. Aiden, we have one of the best punters in the league. We're not taking a punter. We legit have one of the best punters in the league. Mevis. Taylor. Taylor. You guys want a kicker that bad, huh? Listen, I'll take a kicker. This is a chat show. You guys want Will Reichard? We're drafting him. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Analyzing your draft, grading your draft. Let's see how we did. You drafted Adonai Mitchell. Draft Quinyon Mitchell. That's better. Well, thanks, PFF, for telling us nothing. C- for AD Mitchell. Brandon Fisk, A. Renardo Green, A. Xavier Thomas, B. Cooper Beebe, B. Luke McCaffrey, B-. Tanner Bortoli, B-. Will Reichard, a C. B-. I don't even think that's even, you have to don't get caught up on these grades, please. Please don't get caught up on these grades. This is the grade is the stupidest thing of all time. Stupidest thing of all time. So, don't worry about what they say. You never know how they're going to turn out. Like, Luke McCaffrey is a D-. In what world is Luke McCaffrey a D-? I'm with Mr. Dolphin. I actually kind of like this draft. I would be fine with this. Yeah, no, I wouldn't either. Like, we could have gone a couple different ways. Like, round 1 and 2 was very split. between Quinyon Mitchell and the guard we were talking about. This is pretty good. And this is actually pretty good. I would like the two Florida State guys there at the only thing, but Florida State was good last year. Their defense was good last year. So I don't mind this at all. I don't mind this at all. D Menace. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. So, nice job, boys. You represent me well. Here's what I'm going to do. Tomorrow morning at probably 11 a.m., I'm going to post this on Twitter, and I'm going to be like, yo, Twitter, what do y'all think? So, if you're on Twitter, get on there and make your own comment. It'll make us look better, but we'll definitely get to see how people think about this. And, again, this is like PFF. So you never know. Decent pick. Get on Twitter tomorrow and make sure that you hype up the pick. It's gonna be I'll put it at 11 a.m. and I want to see what the rest of Twitter thinks. They'll probably shit on it because Twitter doesn't know anything, just like PFF doesn't know anything. But you know who does know things is you guys. I like this draft a lot. I actually like Braden Fisk a lot. I don't know much about Renardo Green, to be honest with you guys. I know Xavier Thomas is good. I know Cooper Beebe is good. I like Luke McCaffrey. I don't know anything about Tanner Bortolini. And obviously I don't know anything about Will Reichard. But I like every pick here besides the guys I don't know a lot about, which is like Renardo Green and Tanner Bortolini. But I like the rest of these picks. And even PFF gave us good grades for this. And A.D. Mitchell with a C-, here's what I was in a group chat earlier today, and I was like, the reason I actually said that I wanted A.D. Mitchell. And the reason why I wanted him was because he is a red zone target. And our worst part of our offense last year was in the red zone. So, why would you not address the red zone with the first pick? It's not like it's a top 10 pick. It's a top 17 pick. So, go get a guy who will be on this team for a long time, who will score for you in the red zone all the time. His jump ball skills, his coordination is probably the best in the draft. I'm okay with this first pick. And we got a C-, and I'm okay with it. Brandon Fisk. I like Brandon Fisk a lot. A freak athlete, big player, makes big plays at big times. I'm okay with the Brandon Fisk pick. I like that pick. We need D-line help. We are not going to have Eric Armstead for a long period of time, so we need someone that'll come behind him and play that position and learn as rotational. Admittedly, I don't know a lot about Renardo Green. I'll admit that to you. I know Xavier Thomas is a good edge rusher, and especially for what we need now as a rotational guy, because we have two edge rushers, but if Josh Allen gets franchise tagged again and then gets released, now you have a guy who's got 2 years under his belt and could fill in if Trayvon Walker takes that next step. Cooper Beebe, you can't have enough offensive line depth with this NFL that we're in now where linemen are getting hurt all the time. I'll take that. Luke McCaffrey, how do you not take a McCaffrey in round 5? You're stupid if you don't take McCaffrey. In round 5, Balky's not going to hit on round 5 anyways. So why would you not take Luke McCaffrey? Don't know anything about Tanner Bortolini. Not going to lie to you guys. I wouldn't gas you up like that. And then Will Reichard, I've watched enough Alabama football to know that he's going to be drafted probably as a kicker, which means you're a good kicker. And we have Joey Sly. We have Riley Patterson. But the thing that we never talk about because it's new is that the new kickoff rules, you need a kicker who can drop the ball within the 20. And I don't know if we have that. So if Will Riker could be some sort of combination of Joey Sly and Riley Patterson, we might have something here. And again, in the 7th round, anybody who makes the team, the last 3 picks of our draft last year didn't even make the team. So make the team, and I'm happy. That's all I'm going to say. Hour 13, boys. That's a good show right there. Listen, I appreciate all you guys' involvement. This is my favorite show of the year because I get to basically do nothing but read comments. And, I get it. Some people don't like to sit here and listen to me read comments, but I enjoy sitting here and reading comments. And I would not be able to do that if it wasn't for y'all. So, seriously, thank you guys. You guys know, I say it every week. every show. I appreciate you guys so much. The fact that you guys are here literally like blesses my heart, as an old Southern woman would say. It really, really does. So I really appreciate it. I'm going to post this on Twitter tomorrow, and we get to see what Twitter thinks. And it doesn't mean that they're right, just like it doesn't mean that PFF is right. But I'm just glad that you guys were here, and I'm just glad I got to do this on a Tuesday night with you guys. Like, that means a lot to me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Special shout out to the channel members that were here. Volk Fang, Cam Boysvert, C Breacher was here all night for the first time ever, not ranking up on Rainbow Six Siege as a copper. We had that dude Evan was here. We had a lot of people in the chat tonight, which I really, really appreciate. I'm still scrolling up. Guy, channel member, was here. BT, Cam Boysvert was here. Q Revere donated in the super chat multiple times. Mr. Dolphin donated in the super chat. I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I will probably Friday night I probably won't do a show. I'm doing a fundraiser golf tournament on Friday night, so I will probably not be doing a show. But if I do a show, it will probably be a little unhinged and a little off the rails. So make sure your notification bell is on, because if I do a show Friday night, it might be one of the more fun ones. I'll just tell you that right now. If I don't see you then, I'll see you before then or on Tuesday night. Make sure to subscribe to everything. My Twitch is in the video description. Everything's there. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And as always, go Jags.